Are we recording right now?
We are recording
nice.
right now. So today, guys, we are talking about conspiracy theories.
Yes.
This is something that Andrew wanted to discuss. I'm game for it because there's a lot of whack jobs in there. So coming right up, let's talk about all the tinfoil hat wearing weirdos out there. So conspiracy theories, yeah, I would agree with you that there are quite a few within the stacking community. A bunch of you see some strange comments from time to time. Now, unfortunately, I don't have screen grabs of these comments because this wasn't a planned discussion. But you said you wanted to talk about them, so. What are some of those things that you're seeing?
The wildest one is, gold goes back so far in our human history, right? That aliens landed here and used us in a primitive state to mine metals. You ever hear this one before?
I haven't, but it doesn't surprise me.
And that's where they say that we learned our appreciation for gold and that shiny stuff. We were actually taught to mine it for
aliens.
An alien race that landed here.
And is that...
And still, some of the other stuff I read still goes on till this day. And like all this gold that's being recycled and refined is just going up somewhere on a, even remember when in 2008 when it hit all-time highs, when, they were saying that it was an inflated thing to get everybody to sell just to get as much gold in as possible.
And then to transport it up to wherever?
Whoever's control of us over here.
That's a bizarre one.
That's a wild one.
One of the conspiracy theories, I mean, I don't necessarily know if you would consider this a conspiracy theory. This one, I think, actually does hold some potential weight and argument to it. Because here's the thing, I feel at least that I'm pretty much grounded in reality and everything like that. You do get quite a bit of comments, though, every once in a while that make you scratch your head and wonder, like, where on earth are these people coming from? When we're talking about the dollar and we're talking about CBDCs, that there's possibly going to be a move to all digitized United States dollars so that way the government can track us. I don't think, and this is where you're going to get, these conspiracy theorists will pop up in the comments on this one. They're like, you're dead wrong. This is absolute. There are aliens out there. It's going to happen. I don't think the move... the proposition of moving to digital currency is for the government to track us. Now, people are going to say, of course that's what it is for. Stormy, you're naive. I think it's...
I'm sure it's easier to organize. And
I think it's more for logistics. I think it's more for, cutting out costs of actually printing. It's for a whole host of reasons.
Well, I think the main reason is so they can collect tax money. I think is so they could track everything and
So, and this is where I would agree with that. I don't agree that it's like a thing so they could track your every move and what you're doing and what you're spending.
Well, you know what?
Like what you're buying.
I'm sure on certain people, but if you set off a red flag, believe me, man, I'm sure.
Yes,
they'd go into that information real fast.
I just don't. But some people will think it's a way for them to see like everything you're buying.
So people have asked me, and like, I don't know if I care. I live such a boring life. Like, I don't give a shit if anyone sees what I.
And that's me too. I don't care.
I don't do anything illegal. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't care about any of that stuff.
And that's where my mindset is. You have a lot of people in the stacking community who like to be very secretive. Yeah. They don't trust the government, and they don't want the government to know what you have.
Yeah, I'm not one of them guys either.
I'm not fearful. I'm not fearful. Here's the other conspiracy theory, and they're gonna say it happened once before. It can happen again, and the whole gold confiscation.
Not to cut you off, but I did see something funny during COVID. I seen a guy saying, "Oh, they confiscated the gold," blah blah blah. And they're like, "Oh, they can't even enforce masks right now."
Right?
You think they're gonna take gold from the people? Get the hell out of here.
That's what I'm saying too. Why do you think they hired the 60,000, 70,000 IRS agents? They're gonna come they think that they're gonna come door to door. Like searching your home for gold and taking it.
Yeah, no.
Unless they're an agency that is here for the aliens.
For
the aliens.
Yeah, I don't see a gold confiscation. I mean, in the U.S., you know what? In the U.S., who knows? But in other countries, man, they don't even they riot over everything. You know,
Yeah.
I'd like to think that Americans wouldn't tolerate that shit, but but I don't know.
I don't see it ever happening.
I don't see it happen. Like I said, that comment, they couldn't even enforce masks.
Right.
They go to door, take people's guns.
They can't.
Gold and personal
Right.
possessions and stuff.
Right. I don't see that happening. I'm trying to think of some other crazy conspiracy theories
about
you've seen in stacking.
alchemy? Where they could, convert whatever metal into gold, or It's funny. I seen a Twilight episode one time, and some guy,
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, Twilight Zone. He took these 2 huge gold bars, like this big, and he went into a cave. He stole them and went into a cave, and I forget what happened, but he came out years in the future with these big blocks, and he's walking to a highway, and some car pulls over on the side of the road, and this lady's like, "What the hell are those things that he's carrying?" And the guy looks at it, he's like, "I think they're gold bars. We substituted it for this thing years ago. I don't know why he's carrying them. They're worthless." I was like, damn.
Do you think?
But I think gold's a unique element. I don't think you could ever.
No, you can't
replicate it.
No,
there were aliens here once looking for it.
That's true. If the aliens couldn't do it, if the aliens, they're so technologically advanced. Now, what about the people that believe or say that the U.S. dollar is worthless? Worthless.
Yeah.
It's worth less than it was.
You got to really think about it, right? If you think about it, it's just a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Right? It's got presidents on it.
Yeah.
What would be the difference if it had the Incredible Hulk on it?
They should start doing...
No, but really, it's like a piece of paper. It's a psychological thing. You know what I mean?
That's the whole thing. It's based on debt, and it's a promissory note.
Any big country throughout history incorporated gold. We were on a gold standard when we first formed this country. You know what I mean?
Nixon.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just sound money. It's an easy way to run the finances. You know what I mean? With metals.
Yeah.
And they had it right.
But don't you think?
I think paper's just.
But don't you think if the U.S. dollar is deemed worthless, or and some people say that there's going to be some sort of economic collapse where the United States is done.
Yeah.
If that were to happen,
oh my God.
The whole I try to say to people the world is so intertwined now that if the U.S. should fail, then so would the majority of the world.
Yeah, majority of the world would be in trouble unless a bunch of countries. I see these BRICS nations coming together and forming, unless they stabilize some type of
other currency.
Yeah, some type of exchange where all that works without the U.S. dollar. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I tell you what, we'd be in some shit. It'd be some shit show here.
Yeah,
Yeah. If the economy collapsed and the dollar, I see a lot of conspiracy theories. That's why a lot of people invest in metals. They think the dollar's going to collapse. And man, if that happens, gold's a good asset to have. You better have a lot of other stuff, man. You better have weapons. You better have food supply, water.
So going to now the SHTF people, they always say they stack the junk silver because of SHTF, and I feel like that whole argument was a fear tactic that was used by bullion companies and dealers. Hey, the United States should crumble. You need some sort of silver, some sort of thing to barter and trade with. What are you going to use? That's why you got to buy junk silver.
Right.
To me, I think that's just playing on fear. I don't, and like you said, I feel like before people start using any sort of, silver as a form of monetary trade, they would be I have 2 rolls of toilet paper. Can you give me that
all kind of shit would
vegetables?
Be exchangeable.
Give me this. I'll give you that. And then it would take, Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
Right. So those of you that don't know, Dave Ramsey is one of these get out of debt gurus that you see on YouTube and everything. And I caught one of his videos once that had said something if a country were to fail, like the United States or whatever, it would be a long time before a new monetary instrument like a new currency was in place. So before you even start trading, let me give you this one silver quarter, this 1962 silver quarter for, you know, that whole pack of freaking paper towels.
Yeah.
It would take months, if not kind of years, before you get to that stable point where you are trading, because in the beginning, and I did watch that movie, Leave the World Behind. I did watch that. But you're trading and, you know, different products for different things. I mean, I don't know. I've never lived in a apocalyptic scenario.
You know, but the conspiracy, I don't think the dollar's going to collapse. I don't know. I hope not. Yeah, I think it'd be pretty bad for us if it did. It'd be good for metals. You know,
it would be good for metals.
I hope that one don't happen.
No. And that's the other thing too. I say to people, like, they're saying like gold, or they're saying like the dollar is worthless. Well, then if you really believe that the dollar is worthless, then why are you working for dollars?
Right.
Like, if you think it's worthless, why are you here in America working a job to earn these worthless dollars?
Right.
To pay for all the things that you want to, you know, pay for. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, going to your point, saying like, what if it's the Incredible Hulk on there? Like if I were to take this, you know, pamphlet on a microphone pop filter, and to the people that say that the dollar is worthless, it's worth nothing, then why not just get paid in these pamphlets? Like, you're going to be working your job. Like, then they'll say, well, because our whole country runs on the dollar. But that doesn't make sense. Then why are you working and spending your life and your time and your energy living in a country?
It's the means of exchange. You know?
It's to me, I think the dollar is worthless argument is a really stupid argument. As much as that's going to get some hate on here, but it's a stupid argument. Well, like, I really think, like, if they think it's worthless, then they need to.
Do I think it's worthless? I'll tell you what. They keep printing enough money. They're going to make it worthless eventually.
But that's what I'm saying. It's worth less. But is it worthless?
No.
Zero. And that's why I'm saying. So
I guess that's how you pronounce it.
But that's what I'm saying. It's worthless is one word. Worth less, two words.
Yeah, okay.
I agree. It is worth less than it was, and it's going to continually decrease. I mean, we see how much things cost. You go to the grocery store.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Everything's expensive now. I mean, holy crap! You know, I have a trip in February. I'm going away with the family. That was an arm and a leg. But my point is, like, the people that say the dollar is worthless, like, then, like, why are you spending your life working in a country to earn something that's absolutely has zero value? If you really think that, then go. What other country then do you believe, to the people that are out there that think it's worthless, do you believe has a currency that's worth something? Then go to that country, work in that country, and earn currency from that country, since ours is worth nothing. It doesn't make sense. I think it's a stupid freaking. Let me fix that there. I think it's a stupid comment that some people say.
Hey, what about? I don't know why it's just popped into my head, but the lost city of gold, isn't there? Some like lost city of gold or some
well,
type
of. Lost city. There's Atlantis. There's probably like yeah. Why do they think it's? Where's like, I think there was like a Disney movie on this one or something.
Yeah.
Probably not.
It's Nicolas Cage movies or something.
Possibly. No, I think it was an animated. I think it's an animated movie, El Dorado or something. I don't remember. What made you think of that? Just
conspiracy theories. Right? They say that place exists. I don't know. A city of gold.
How would they know that?
A city of gold. Like they say it hasn't been found. Right.
And it's like, how would they know that, though? Because I guess it's written about.
I think it was written about it in whatever something. History books, whatever culture, you know.
I think for this episode, I wish we had thought of it. I thought of it now. Is like, we should have had you wearing like a tinfoil. Oh, that would have been a good look for you. Yeah, I usually within the stacking community, you'll get some of those people now. In the event that the dollar, if the United States dollar does collapse again, you've got your metals, I've got metals, so I'm not concerned about that aspect. But
yeah,
I don't.
It would be under those. It would be under really bad circumstances.
Look,
That'd be like a crazy scenario.
It didn't happen during the pandemic.
Didn't happen during 2008.
Didn't happen in
worst
2008.
financial crisis.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. The world is so intertwined now. You don't really have countries that are insulated. Even like North Korea, which is a hermit kingdom. North Korea, they deal with, Russia. They deal with China. Like they're not completely insulated where they're only by themselves. So
that's
one of the like a ripple effect.
That's one of the issues that I have with the dollar being a reserve currency. I think that like you needed a reserve currency in the 1900s. You know what I mean? Now like you can convert any currency with the click of a button. I don't know if you need like, I know it's more in depth than that. There's like lending, everything's lent, borrowed against a dollar and shit like that. But like, I don't know if you need a reserve currency anymore. In the United States,
isn't that going to the whole discussion of like a Bitcoin, like a crypto, where everything is.
And man, if the dollar loses its reserve current status, it's it's not going to be good for our country.
They weren't countries doing that. Wasn't that like the recent?
That's why I think they're getting behind BRICS and stuff like that. But it's still the most powerful currency out there, and
right. Because you have BRICS.
We need a good leader. We need good leadership in the future.
Brazil, Russia, India, China.
I was reading that January 1st, a whole bunch more added.
That they're all looking to just kind of create one currency together. Like I don't.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about it. I know that the one goal that I think that I've read is that they want to do away with the dealing in the dollar.
Right. So what are they going to deal with though instead?
I guess if they, a couple countries put a basket of currencies together,
right, and create one new mega, like a Power Rangers, like they
a little bit of this, a little bit of that,
right, like a transformer, just like one giant like thing.
Yeah.
I don't really. I read very top level, articles, or I'll skim through things, or like catch a little like a video here or there, so I can't really like talk in depth about BRICS. I'm sure people watching this part of the podcast will comment down below. So educate us. Thank you. Add your information down there. I'm trying to think of any other conspiracy theories, because I've seen quite a few over the years, but eventually you get to the point where you just dismiss the comments and just delete or block. I think the top ones are like the government is like going to come to like, I get the people that say, they say like you're stupid for showing your coins or your gold on YouTube for people to see. I'm like, I'm a business.
Yeah.
I buy and sell it. Like, what do you?
I want to buy it.
Like how stupid? Like,
nah, but it's really bad right now. There's a lot of like, I see, Brick, New Jersey, their police department just put out something a couple weeks ago that there's like an increase in B&Es. There's a lot of home invasions going on and stuff.
That's happening a lot.
Even here, I've in the last couple of months, I've kicked up security a lot. You just have to
there's towns too, like some like upper middle class to upper class towns in New Jersey that the people just go. They don't even care. They know the Ring video doorbell is there, and they just go right up to the car and take stuff. I've seen some scary videos,
man. It's really, but gotta arm yourself. Yeah. You gotta watch. Always be on your toes.
Absolutely. What conspiracy theories have you guys?
Yeah, man, we'd love to hear. I'd love to hear more if anyone has any.
Because we got to revisit. These are enjoyable. Yeah, these are enjoyable. But like, let us know, because we want to see what your.
I want to hear some wild ones.
Now we also
about gold.
we got to do. Do you know what you have? You have a little homework to do, by the way.
Oh boy.
You do, because I'm not doing it, because you offered it, so you're going to do it. You had wanted to do a giveaway.
Let's do it.
A silver. No. You have to make good on.
Do it.
So you got to go back into the video that we did talking about scams.
Yeah, no one left really too good at scams.
But you have to.
Pick somebody.
Said you have to pick them. You're going to pick them.
I'm going to pick them.
So you go into those comments.
Man, what video was it?
The one that says scams. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody. But go look at the comments. Just find the one that you think is the best one.
Eagle?
Yeah, you told them.
I told you, some guy messaged me on TikTok with this long story about getting scammed, but he didn't put it on the right platform. And I said, "Oh man, you're supposed to put this on YouTube." He had the saddest story, man. I might mail him one anyway.
Huh?
I might mail him one anyway.
Just because,
man, he had the saddest story out of all of them.
You got yeah.
But it wasn't on YouTube,
you gotta pick the winner.
Let's do it.
Andrew's gonna pick the winner, guys. That way, when the rest of you get all angry, it's all Andrew's fault that he didn't pick you. But guys, let us know your conspiracy theories. Like, what have you heard that gets you going, or you think is the most comical? Drop that in the comment section.
Yeah, we'd love
below.
to hear these.
Absolutely.
Any alien ones? I love the alien and
Andrew
gold
likes
theories.
the alien ones where we're primitive miners. And make sure you check out our websites. EmpirePreciousMetals.com is my website.
Bayshore Bullion Exchange.com.
Get a lot of good stuff on both sites, guys. So we will see you on the next one.
Have a good weekend.